Hi, so I am recording this on Zoom this week because I have a few slides that I want to show you to illustrate this week's topic, which is creativity. Okay, so if I share my screen, then I can start the slides again. So, creativity is the name of this week's topic. And in today's world, creativity, we often just think of like the performing arts, being arty and creative in those ways. But actually, creativity comes into every aspect of life. And in today's world, I think that we need increasing flexibility and imagination. And by nurturing creativity in our children, it really helps to set them up for the future in lots of different ways. So we want them to be possibility thinkers. So some questions that you could be asking yourself to get creative are the likes of, why not? What if? Perhaps if? What might? So by asking questions when we're doing things with the children, it creates them into possibility thinkers. We want them to think big, think outside the box, be imaginative. And if we are asking questions when we're doing things with them, to open up their imagination, whatever it is we're doing. So it might be in our role play, it could be in a game that we're playing, could be in physical, gross motor type activities that we might do in the garden. Just start posing these questions. What if we did this? Perhaps if we, and it just really gets them to be question askers and possibility thinkers. So certain characteristics of our own can foster that creativity in our children. And things like us having positive attitudes towards creativity. I often hear parents and people saying, oh, I'm not creative at all, I'm really bad at this or that. Have a positive attitude to it. I know we're better at some things than others, and you know, we all have weaknesses, but look for the positives. Providing lots of different opportunities for the children to investigate will really nurture that creativity. Providing lots of different materials for activities that we do creates creativity. And having a positive relationship. So just being positive with our children. So obviously there might be instances when we can't be happy, we can't be positive all the time, but look for those positive points. I think that will come into one of my next slides actually. So to successfully stimulate our child's creativity, try to develop their motivation to be creative. So we want them to want to be creative. Asking those questions earlier on, that really nurtures that creativity and that want for them to be more creative. Encourage purposeful outcomes. So when we're doing things with the children, is there a purpose? Is there going to be a purposeful outcome? So for instance, you know, getting dressed, making that fun, there's a purposeful outcome and it can be fun. And we can ask questions along the way. When we're getting dressed, we can give them choices. Be a bit silly. What happens if we put socks on our hands? Well, that's not purpose. We need socks on our feet, surely. And just encourage lots of conversation, bit of silliness. Again, why not put your socks on your hands? Use talking to stimulate their imagination. So we do this lots and lots, and we talk about verbalizing. Even when the children aren't talking themselves, we can be verbalizing everything that's happening to really embed that language long before they start using it. Explore different ways of doing things. Allow them time to process ideas. So that was key when we were looking at the speech and language ideas, that we try not to fill silence. When we've done something, said something, just give them a bit of time of quiet to process what we've said. Don't immediately expect them to respond. So 5 a day for learning. I discovered this recently through another department in the council, and this was created by a lady who works with our in her dissertation for early years learning. She came up with 5 a day for learning, and there are lots of people using this now, and it's such a great idea. So this is what I want you to be thinking about between now and the next Zoom. And also that creativity that I've just talked about. So between now and the next Zoom, so over half term, you'll be going out and doing visits, which hopefully you will be, which relates to last week's theme. But also have a think about this. I'm going to put this as a visual as well into Google Classroom. So you don't have to come back and watch the video. It'll just be there in Google Classroom. You may well be able to print it off as well, or take a screenshot if you want it on your phone to help remind you. But 5 a day for learning. Share books, songs and rhymes with your child for 15 minutes each day. Play with your child on the floor for 10 minutes each day. Talk with your child for 20 minutes with no screen distractions. And be positive towards your child and praise them frequently. So we've talked about these all before, but yeah, really looking for those tiny positives sometimes and bring them out and praise them frequently. And the obvious one, provide a healthy, balanced diet. So those are a great 5 a day for learning at any age. That is a really useful thing to live by. So see how you get on between now and the next Zoom. We've got half term next week, so our next Zooms will be in the week beginning June the 7th. And have fun. I look forward to hearing all the things that you've got up to and catching up in 2 weeks' time. So lovely to see you. Take care.